Hello students, myself Dr. Ranjita Sinha, Assistant Professor in the Department of Basic Science and Humanities, Physics Section, Asansol Engineering College, going to present the topic named Dielectrics Lecture 2. Subject name is Physics 1. Subject code is BSPH 101/201. This is according to MACOUT syllabus. It is in module 3. My contact detail is ranjit.phy@aecwb.edu.in. Course outcome of module 3. After the completion of the course, the students will learn to interpret about electromagnetic wave equation, dielectric and magnetic properties of the materials. Now we will discuss the relation between dielectric constant and electric susceptibility. Consider a parallel plate capacitor which has vacuum between its plates. When it is charged with a battery, the electric field of strength E0 is set up between the plates of the capacitor. If sigma plus and sigma minus are the surface charge density of the two plates of the capacitor, then the electric field developed between the plates, that is E0 equal to sigma by epsilon 0. So here these are the two plates of the parallel plate capacitor, and if in between the parallel plates of the capacitor, if there is vacuum, but here it is shown dielectric material in this figure, but if there exists vacuum, then electric field of strength E0 is set up between the plates of the capacitor. And if sigma plus and sigma minus are the surface charge densities of the slab, then the electric field E0 is given by sigma by epsilon 0. Now what we are doing, if a dielectric slab is placed between the plates of the capacitor, then another field EP is created within the dielectric opposite to the direction of E0. So E0 is shown in this direction and EP is shown in this direction. And EP is shown in this direction. So here dielectric material is introduced between the two plates of the capacitor, parallel plate capacitor. Then what happens? That another field EP is created within the dielectric, that is opposite to the direction of E0. And we already know the expression of E0 equal to sigma by epsilon 0. Now EP equal to what? Sigma P by epsilon 0. So our net field, that is E0 minus EP, that we can write as E0 means sigma by epsilon 0 and EP means sigma P by epsilon 0. So sigma by epsilon 0 minus sigma P by epsilon 0, that is our electric field. Here it is shown dielectric polarization is occurring, and in my first lecture of dielectrics I have discussed what is dielectric polarization and how it happens. So when a dielectric material is placed in an electric field, then external electric field, then dielectric polarization occurs, and here that is shown. So dielectric material is placed between the two parallel plate capacitor, then the polarization occurs. Now the same expression that I was telling, that E equal to sigma minus sigma P by epsilon 0. So sigma minus sigma P, that is equal to epsilon 0 E, and here sigma minus P equal to epsilon 0 into E. So here sigma equal to what? P plus epsilon 0 E. Now we know this expression, that D equal to sigma. Now what is our D? D equal to epsilon 0 E plus P. So in place of sigma we are writing D. So here we can write the expression of sigma as D equal to what? Epsilon 0 E plus P. Now here expression. So this expression is very important. That is D equal to epsilon 0 E plus P. Now P equal to epsilon 0 chi E into E. Again D equal to epsilon E. So that is epsilon equal to epsilon 0 epsilon R into E. That is relative permittivity, and that is the in vacuum. So we can write epsilon as epsilon 0 into epsilon R, that is into E. So epsilon 0 epsilon R into E equal to epsilon 0 E plus epsilon 0 chi E into E. So if we can write this expression epsilon R equal to 1 plus chi into E. So from here we can calculate the expression of chi E. So what is our chi E? Chi E equal to epsilon R minus 1. So we have both the expression, that is what that we can write, that is epsilon E equal to epsilon R minus 1 and D that is equal to epsilon 0 E plus P. So in this way we can write the expression. Now here that is sigma that we are writing as D. So we can express it in this way. So E equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 R square. So yeah, we know the expression, that is E equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 R square. So if we write epsilon 0 E, that is equal to D, that is the surface charge density of the, here the sigma is the surface charge density. So Q by 4 pi Q by 4 pi R square, that we can write as sigma. So we can write sigma equal to D, that is we can write epsilon E. Now going to next slide. Various polarization processes: electronic polarization, ionic polarization and orientational polarization. So there are three types of the polarization. Now going in detail in next slide. Ionic polarization. The ionic polarization occurs when atoms form molecules, and it is mainly due to a relative displacement of the atomic components of the molecule in the presence of electric field. When an electric field is applied to the molecule, the positive ions displaced by x1 and the negative ions displaced by x2. Say the resultant dipole moment mu equal to what? Now q into, that is charge into x1 plus x2. Now coming to this figure, this is NaCl, that is without electric field, Na plus and Cl minus. Now when electric field is applied, that is ionic polarization is happening. Now this is equal to x2 and this is equal to x1. So the atoms are, now ions are displaced. Now the dipole moment, that in this case we can write q into x1 plus x2. So this is the case of ionic polarization. Next, orientational polarization. It is also called dipolar or molecular polarization. The molecules such as H2, N2, O2, Cl2, CH4, CCl4, etc. does not carry any dipole because center of positive charge and the center of negative charge, they coincides. On the other hand, molecules like CH3Cl, H2O, HCl, ethyl acetate, that is polar molecules, carries dipoles even in the absence of the electric field. However, the net dipole moment is negligibly small since all the molecular dipoles are oriented randomly when there is no electric field. In the presence of the electric field, these all dipoles orient themselves in the direction of the field. As a result, the net dipole moment becomes enormous. So this is the orientational polarization. Now the figure here, So dipoles are oriented randomly when electric field is 0, but when the electric field is not 0, that is greater than 0, then this is the direction of the field, then all the dipoles are oriented in the direction of the field. So causing enormous polarization. So that is polarization occurs here. So this is called polar polarization due to the orientation of the dipoles in the direction of the electric field. So this is the figure of orientational polarization. Next, expression for electronic polarization. Consider an atom in an electric field of intensity E. Since the nucleus is plus Zd and the electron cloud is minus Zd of the atom, minus Zd, the atom have opposite charges and acted upon by Lorentz force Fl. So we know that as nucleus has plus Zd charge and the electron cloud has minus Zd charge, and they are the opposite charges and acted upon by Lorentz force Fl. Subsequently, nucleus moves in the direction of the field and the electron cloud in the opposite direction. When electron cloud and the nucleus get shifted from their normal positions, an attractive force acting between them and the attractive force is created, and the separation continues until Coulombic force Fc is balanced by the Lorentz force Fl. Finally, a new equilibrium state is established. So this is the figure of the atom. So the charge of the nucleus, that is plus Zd, and R is the radius of the atom. Now no field here, but when it is the electric field, atom is under the electric field, this is the direction of the field is shown. And now that is figure 2. This figure represents displacement of nucleus and the electron cloud, and we assume that the negative charge in the cloud uniformly distributed over a sphere of radius r, and the spherical shape does not change for convenience. That we are considering. Let sigma be the charge density of the sphere. Then sigma equal to minus Zd by 4/3 pi r cube. Minus Zd represents the total charge in the sphere. Thus, the negative charge in the sphere of radius x is QE equal to sigma into 4/3 pi x cube. Now the value of sigma we are putting, that is minus Zd by 4/3 pi r cube. So we are putting this value here, and 4/3 for pi r cube x cube, that as usual we are writing. Now from this step we are getting minus Zd by r cube into x cube. That is our equation number 1. Now the Coulomb force, that is equal to what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. We know Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon 0 r squared, that is the Coulomb force, the expression, but here we are writing it in this way, that is QE and QP, and for it is 4 pi epsilon 0 x square. Now 4 pi epsilon 0 x square, it is here. Now we are putting the value of QE and also we are getting QP. So QE, that we know, minus Zd by r cube into x cube. So minus Zd by r cube into x cube, minus Zd by r cube into x cube. This is the value of QE. And QP, that we know, that is plus Zd. Now if we calculate, we will get Fc equal to minus Z square E square into x divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 r cube. So this is our equation number 2. Now the force experienced by displaced nucleus of strength E, electric field, that is Fl equal to E into Q, that is equal to Zd into E. So we are putting this as equation number 3. So now Coulomb force will be, Lorentz force will be balanced by the Coulomb force. So we are writing the expression of Fl and here Fc. So putting it equation number 4. Now what we are getting after calculation, we are finding out the value of E, that is equal to dipole moment by alpha E. As E equal to dipole moment by alpha E. So from here we can write that alpha E equal to 4 pi epsilon 0 r cube. So from here minus ZDX x cancels, and the expression of here, that is alpha E equal to 4 pi epsilon 0 r cube. And we have this, that is E here, that is dipole moment by alpha E. So hence electronic polarizability is directly proportional to the cube of the radius of the atom. So R is the radius of the atom, so its cube. So electronic polarizability is directly proportional to the cube of the radius of the atom. Now the expression of, another expression of electronic polarizability, we know this expression, P equal to N mu, we have already discussed, and that is equal to mu equal to alpha E, as it is electronic polarizability, so we are writing N alpha E into E. Again P equal to epsilon 0 chi E into E, that expression we know from the susceptibility, that is equal to epsilon 0 into E, and the value of chi E we are writing as epsilon r minus 1. So what we are getting? So we are getting this N into alpha E into E, that is equal to epsilon 0 E into epsilon r minus 1. So N alpha E into E, that is equal to epsilon 0 E into epsilon r minus 1. So alpha E equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r minus 1 by N. So this is the expression of electronic polarizability. Now internal fields or local fields. Local field or internal field in a dielectric is the space and time average of the electric field intensity acting on a particular molecule in the dielectric material. Now the evaluation of the internal field. Consider a dielectric be placed between the plates of a parallel plate capacitor, and let there be an imaginary spherical cavity around the atom A inside the dielectric. The internal field at the atom site A can be made up of 4 components: E1, E2, E3 and E4. So we will separately calculate the expressions E1, E2, E3 and E4 in short. So this is the dielectric material, this is the dielectric material, and this is the direction of the electric field, and we are taking, this is the spherical cavity, this is shown. So dielectric material is placed between the plates of the parallel plate capacitor, and this is A. Now field due to E1. E1 is the field intensity at A due to the charge density on the plates. So E1 equal to D by epsilon 0 and D equal to epsilon 0 E plus P. So E1 equal to epsilon 0 E plus P by epsilon 0. So E1 equal to E plus P by epsilon 0. So we are putting it, the equation number 1 here for this internal electric field. For E1 we are putting it as equation number 1. Now E2. E2 is the field intensity at A due to the charge density induced on the 2 sides of the dielectric. Now E2 equal to minus P by epsilon 0. We are taking this second field, electric field, as equation number 2. Now the third field, that is field E3. E3 is the field intensity at A due to the atoms contained in the cavity. We are assuming a cubic structure, so E3 we are taking it as 0. Now the field E4. This field is due to the polarized charges on the surface of the spherical cavity. Thus, the total field E4 due to the charges on the surface of the entire cavity, that it is written as E4 equal to P by 3 epsilon 0. The internal field or Lorentz field can be written as, so this is the sum of all of this. So EI equal to E1 plus E2 plus E3 plus E4. And so we are putting the value of EI, E1, E2, E3 and E4 in all this. So E1 equal to E plus P by epsilon 0 minus P by epsilon 0 plus 0 as E3 is 0 and E4 value is P by 3 epsilon 0. So EI equal to what? E plus P by 3 epsilon 0. So the total internal field, it can be written as EI equal to E plus P by 3 epsilon 0. Now the Clausius-Mosotty relation. Consider a dielectric material having cubic structure and assume ionic polarizability and orientational polarizability is 0. Now we are taking that alpha means polarizability, alpha I equal to alpha O, that is orientational equal to 0. So polarization vector, that is P equal to N into mu, we know. Now P equal to N alpha into E as mu equal to alpha into E. So here electronic polarizability we are taking, so alpha into EI. Now mu equal to alpha into EI, that is, and where EI equal to again E plus P by 3 epsilon 0. The expression of P equal to N alpha E into EI, P equal to N alpha E, and inside the bracket we can write the value of EI, that is E plus P by 3 epsilon 0. Now P equal to N alpha E into E plus this term. Now putting this term in the left hand side, we can write this as P minus N alpha E P by 3 epsilon 0 equal to N alpha E into E. So ultimately we can find out the expression. So ultimately we can find out the expression of P as N alpha E into E, that is divided by 1 minus N alpha E by 3 epsilon 0. So this is the expression of P. We know that the polarization vector, that is P equal to epsilon 0 E into epsilon R minus 1. Putting it here equation number 2. So the previous one, just I have discussed this one, we are putting it as equation 1, and equation 2 we are putting same. So N alpha into E divided by 1 minus N alpha E by 3 epsilon 0 equal to epsilon 0 E epsilon R minus 1. So after the calculation, what we are getting? We are getting, this is a simplification just, N alpha E by 3 epsilon 0 equal to epsilon R minus 1 by epsilon R plus 2. So this is the Clausius-Mosotty relation. And this relation, Clausius-Mosotty relation, expresses the dielectric constant, that is the relative permittivity epsilon R of a material in terms of electronic polarizability alpha of the material. And here that is N is the number density of the molecules, that is number per cubic meter. And here that is epsilon R, that is the relative dielectric permittivity or dielectric constant, and epsilon 0 is the permittivity of vacuum. So this is the Clausius-Mosotty relation. Now the types of dielectric material. Dielectric material can be solid, liquid or gas. High vacuum can also be used as dielectric. Solid dielectrics are most commonly used like glass, rubber, mica, etc. As a liquid dielectric material, transformer oil, cable oil, capacitor oil, vegetable oil, etc. can be used. Gaseous dielectric materials are used for both as insulators and also as a cooling agents. For example, air, hydrogen, nitrogen, helium, sulfur dioxide, propane, methane, etc. Applications of dielectrics. There are various applications of dielectrics. That is, first, dielectric material can be applied in capacitors, in transformers, in polymeric flames, electrolytic, power distribution, power and distribution transformers, and also some other applications. Now this is the reference page. The students can follow these books for dielectrics. That is Theory of Dielectrics, book by Herbert Froelich. Dielectrics in Electronic Fields, book by Gorur G. Raju. Dielectric Materials for Electrical Engineering by Wiley Online, and Principles of Dielectrics, that is the book by Brendan Scafie. So these are the reference book that is very helpful for dielectrics. Thank you very much for listening my lecture. If the student has any query, then he or she can contact to my official email ID, which is given in the first slide. So thank you very much for listening my lecture. So this is the end of the topic dielectrics. In the first lecture, and dielectrics has total 2 lectures, and in the first lectures I discussed the introduction of dielectrics, and today this is the end of the dielectrics chapter. Thank you very much for listening my lecture.